Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children over the age of 21, welcome to the Hop Nation USA podcast. I am your host, Adam, this evening, and as you can plainly see, the streak has been broken. Sam is not here tonight, so the streak remains at 3.
He did 3 episodes, and then that was it.
And then he's out.
He's gone again.
Yeah. So
this time he's down in Frederick, Maryland.
Yeah, so he better be collecting some good beers down there.
Better be hitting him some Flying Dog.
Yep.
Better be hitting some Heavy Seas.
Yep.
On his way back if he can.
Yeah, and there's plenty of others along the way, too. So he better be stopping at like every other exit.
He could even stop at Helltown on the way back if he comes up through that way.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
So afterwards, we'll have to text him and tell him this.
He's got a lot of content to bring back to the show.
He better be bringing not a mix of 6, but like a mix of 18. And then we'll be set for like the next 6 episodes.
That'll be good.
So my other host this evening, as you can plainly hear, is Steve. Steve, I'll ask this, even though I already know.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good because I'm still on the perfect attendance roll call.
That's because you're the one behind the board.
I know.
And we don't have a choice. If you're not here, this doesn't happen.
Well, if you hire an intern, maybe I can take a vacation.
Or maybe you're just the cornerstone of the entire show.
Ugh, it's too much pressure.
Too much pressure.
Too much pressure. I can't take that.
Okay. All right. So with that, why don't you introduce tonight's episode, tonight's theme, and
tonight's special guests?
Yes.
Oh, I can do that. So tonight we are actually having 2 special guests in lieu of Sam.
Thank God for that.
And we have the founders of the First Sip Brew Box. We have with us Dennis and Sammie. Say hello.
Hey guys, good to be here.
Hey everyone.
And that's Dennis, and that's Sammie.
In that order.
In that order.
So welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. We're all about finding out more about the craft beer scene, and you guys are firmly entrenched in it now, and you have a pretty decent business going. So I think we would like to learn about it, and I think other people would like to learn about it as well. With that, I would say that tonight's episode is going to run a little different.
It is.
In that we are not going to be sampling beer per se.
We're not?
No.
Then what on God's green earth are we sampling tonight?
So one of the very interesting and good parts of the First Sip Brew Box is that they ship out foodstuffs.
Okay.
And some of those foodstuffs includes hot sauces, like pretzels, and jellies.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight we're going to be sampling jellies.
Awesome.
So with that, I'm actually going to turn it over to Dennis and let him introduce us to the first beer jelly and tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. So part of what we do over at First Sip Brew Box, we theme small businesses out there across the country that make cool, unique things out of craft beer. So one of the things being craft beer jelly, as Steve brought up, which we're going to be trying tonight. So one of the first ones we're going to try is a high and dry cider. So it's going to be really good. It's a limited edition. It's actually from a company, Potlicker, out in Vermont. So we're one of the few folks, if not the only place you can get some in Pennsylvania, so I'm really excited to try this tonight. Should be tasty, and it's actually gluten-free, in case you were wondering.
I wasn't, but but that's good for the audience.
Someone could be wondering.
Yeah. Somebody else. I don't care. I'll put whatever in my body.
Hey, they could be listening to us in Aurochs.
That's right.
This is true.
That is the perfect audience for this.
Doug's a good guy.
Yes, he is.
So with that, we're going to pop open the first jar. But I believe that we have a little bit of a theme going tonight it's going to be peanut butter and jelly tonight.
So that means we already got the jelly.
We got the jelly.
We got the peanut butter.
So the peanut butter is, we have a beer.
We do.
We have a beer for the show.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it is called the Fool's Gold Peanut Butter Hefeweizen.
Right.
By Rusty Rail.
Right. Are you going to introduce this, or am I going to introduce it?
I introduced it.
Are you sure? Because I got it sitting right in front of me.
Well, you can tell us more about it. Can you tell us the ABV on this?
I can.
Yes. What is it?
It is 8%.
Really?
It is. It's,
Oh, damn.
It's a bit of a heavy hitter.
I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought it was like a 5.4.
No, I found that out the hard way the last time I had this, which is why I had to go out and buy more of this,
Okay.
because it was good, and I drank all of them.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I had to go out and buy more.
So that's the first review. It was good. I drank a whole bunch. So with that, Adam will pop open the peanut butter Hefeweizen,
Yes.
and we'll start serving that, and we'll pop open the jelly and get little tasters of that.
So on top of the 8% ABV, the beautiful thing about this one, since it is a Hefeweizen, the IBUs are nice and low.
Yeah.
It's down in the teens, right around an 18 IBU. comes in from Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania. They're out towards the eastern side of the state. So I understand that there's a little bit of interesting history with this beer.
Absolutely. Fun fact. So Rusty Rail, this beer originally started off as a seasonal. And through talking with a big convenience store chain, not going to say any names, but it's a local one here, and they said, we like this beer so much, we want to keep this going. And then they made a year-round beer. So now we get to enjoy it no matter what the month.
So money talks.
Money talks.
And that creates awesome beer year-round now.
That's true.
I love it.
Very cool.
I love it.
So while we pass the jellies around and get that doled out, I think we can go through our little regular review process of how we do our beers. Just for the sake of Dennis and Sammie, we like to first take a look at it, and then take a smell, and then take a taste.
A natural progression.
Yeah, a natural progression.
Look, smell, taste.
Yeah. So on first look, it's actually a very golden color.
It doesn't really look like a Hefeweizen at all.
Not
It's
at all.
very cloudy or anything like that. It's
not-
very clear.
Yeah.
I was
And-
actually looking at the jelly, so I apologize.
I mean, we'll come
I
back
see
to
how
that.
this doesn't make sense now.
I mean, we can totally come back to that too.
I would even say it almost approaches VFW territory.
Yeah.
know what I
Well,
mean?
I mean, it is called Fool's Gold, though.
Ah.
So that's why it may have that golden color about it.
I
And
like
that might be a result of the peanut butter going on the nose. It definitely has that peanut butter
Yeah,
smell.
you
that-
can't escape it.
No.
It smells so good.
It does. It does.
I'm ready to get to that step 3.
We can make that happen. Like
We can make that happen. It's not about this tonight, but you know. And yeah, there's
It's
a lot
good.
of peanut butter.
Yeah, it's good.
This is a good peanut butter Hefeweizen. Those are two things that you don't think would go together.
I'm quite curious how they decided that those two things were going to go together. Like, what was the Friday night drunk discussion?
Do you guys have any insight on that? Maybe.
No, we should ask our buddy Damien, one of their reps, definitely, because that would be a good story to tell next time.
Yeah.
I'd definitely love to know, though. I mean, this is the only peanut butter Hefeweizen I've ever had, and it's absolutely the best
Right.
Hefeweizen I've ever had.
And I like how it actually tastes like actual roasted peanuts on the back end. It
Right.
doesn't taste synthetic, which I was honestly afraid
Yeah.
of when you hear about buzzwords peanut butter Hefeweizen.
Right.
It's not just a buzzword. It's actually a well-crafted beer.
It's not a one-trick pony. It's something you can actually enjoy and
It's
come
unique.
back to.
It's unique.
So with that, we can move on to our. And I dropped some on the table like an asshole, but we can move on to the jelly.
You know how much I paid for this table?
You didn't.
I know I did. Exactly $0.
Yeah. We can move on to the jelly.
Well, not all of us have the
Oh, I'm
jelly
sorry.
because Dennis was hogging it all.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I
I'm
thought
so
we
sorry.
were following the 3 steps on the jelly, so I had to catch up a little bit.
All right, let's just vamp for a little bit while we get all the...
Vamp, or just this will be edited.
That works too.
Or just be cut out.
So now that we have all of our jelly distributed,
Yes,
should we go through the 3-step process again?
I think so. Just to remind people, this is. Sorry, it's a
The,
cider.
Yeah, the high and dry cider from Potlicker Kitchen out of Vermont.
Okay, so yeah, 3-step process.
It looks like a jelly.
It looks like a jelly, and it looks very clear. It
your
has that
skin.
goldness to it. I don't know what we're gonna smell.
I don't
Really,
either. It's gonna smell like jelly, and there's not gonna be
Yeah.
much head on this one.
no,
No effervescence
no
whatsoever.
effervescence. Thankfully,
Really, this is pretty
it's not
terrible
a bubbly
beer.
jelly. So I guess we can just skip to step 3 and
Let's
give it a
just chow
taste.
down. That's the best jelly I've ever had on this show.
I see what you did there.
That's really good though.
It is really good.
It has a little bit of a bite to it.
It does.
And I think that goes along with the dry ciderness. Like,
What I'm enjoying about it is, and I know this is kind of a weird thing to say, but it still has that aftertaste to it. It's still sticking around like it would a regular cider.
yeah,
And I'm digging that.
yeah, I'm digging that too. It's not it's not too sweet either. Like you can tell it again, it's sticking to what a dry cider would be.
Right.
It's not too sweet. So yeah, that's really good. I like that.
So I wonder if there is a jelly equivalent for a sommelier.
Well, we learned. I don't know if we learned it or not, but I did find the name for a beer sommelier. So I can't say that word though.
Use your words. You can do it. Spell it out.
Sommelier.
Sommelier?
Sommelier.
I think that's how you pronounce
Yeah.
it. Sommelier?
Oh, that sounds a little Korean. Something like that.
But a beer sommelier. No, that sounds bad. It's called a cicerone.
Yes.
Yes. So we learned that. As far as jelly goes, I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know if there's a jelly cicerone out there.
We just call them Jelly Masters.
Okay.
JMs for sure.
JMs for sure.
I like it.
Welch has got that JM. Cool. Well, I think we'll come back to that cider jelly at the end of the segment. But I think for now, I think we should get to learn more about this business and how it provides these amazing products. I know this is going to sound like a lot of a commercial, but I think I don't think this is a commercial. I think this is learning about something that is beneficial to everybody in the craft beer scene.
Right. It brings different products that I honestly had no idea existed.
Right.
For example, what we just had.
Yeah, and as Dennis already said, they're the only place you can get it in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So, with that, I just wanted to start with maybe you guys could give us kind of an overview of everything that the company provides and what your business provides.
Absolutely. So basically, it's a craft beer subscription box, but we do more and go beyond the beer. So we feature a different brewery every single month, cool, unique things directly from that brewery that you wouldn't normally be able to get unless you went there. The breweries are anywhere in the United States, so really supporting small local breweries the whole way up to some of the bigger breweries like Stone Brewing, Avery, New Belgium that we've partnered with. We've gotten a hold of a lot of really unique things our customers really liked. So for example, we featured New Belgium. We were able to get some of their big metal tackard signs that they were actually discontinued. They were going to get rid of them, but we're able to get a hold of them, send them out to our customers. They absolutely loved it. When we featured Heavy Seas, which is funny, we were talking about that, Sam, earlier. They had some really cool branded frisbees, actually tournament level frisbees, Heavy Seas frisbees, so things like that. We also feature small mom and pop shops, like we said earlier, that do really cool things in the craft beer industry, craft beer candles, soaps, jellies, hot sauces made out of beer, that type of stuff. Then we also take it one step further and partner with local businesses here in Pittsburgh and connect them with the breweries to do really unique things with the beer, since it's crazy illegal and just too insane trying to ship beer all over the country.
Right.
So for example, when we featured Southern Tier a couple months ago, we partnered them with a local barbecue sauce company and made the only 2 times IPA barbecue sauce.
Wow.
When we partnered with Allegheny City, we connected them with a local soap company and they made a nice, unique soap out of their Nova Ghost. So connecting small businesses with small businesses, because that's honestly, in my opinion, that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to increase our local economies.
Yeah, and with that, you're providing exclusive, products for people. Like I'd never heard of the 2 things you just rattled off. So I wouldn't have known about that until you just said
Absolutely.
it. So that's very cool.
So on top of that, we also partner with a commercial bakery here in Point Breeze, Prohibition Pastries, and every month, whatever brewer we're theming, she makes a unique pastry out of that beer, whatever she can get a hold of. And so every month we ship out a product, like a baked good, like a gob cookie or something like that.
So what is the most unique product that they've had come out of that bakery?
Oh my God. Well, so it's like a cookie sandwich pretty much every month because it's something that lasts long and it just really tastes good.
Yeah.
But for last month, she did the pumpkin with Southern Tier and made a pumpkin molasses cookie.
Ooh,
and
wow.
But she's also done some cool stuff too. So for Heavy Seas, since their theme is like a pirate, she added rum into the cookie as well. So you also got the beer from Heavy Seas, but also rum, which was fantastic. So
that's very cool. This is a subscription thing that comes through every month, or?
Absolutely. So it's every month. We're super flexible because that's something that was really important to us. We don't lock in at all. You can try it 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, however long you want. Obviously, the longer you subscribe out, the bigger discount you get. It really automates that gift giving process. We actually have a customer. She gets one every month and she hands it out as a gift every month, either anniversary, birthday, because everyone loves craft beer.
Right.
It's all unique things. So even if they're not big into beer, a lot of the stuff in there you can support local and small businesses.
Exactly.
So everyone loves it.
That's cool. So you said she's been getting these subscriptions for a while. I guess that leads to the question, how long have you guys been actually doing this?
About 18 months now.
Okay.
So we featured just around some Stone, Avery, New Belgium, Strange Ways out of Richmond. Locally here, Penn Brewery, Fury Brewing, Allegheny City Brewing, Heavy Seas, Weibacher, Evil Genius. So a lot from the big dogs in the industry, the whole way down to the brewery right down the street.
Right.
That's what we love doing. Hearing the stories and journeys of the business owners, how they got started, and it really motivates us to keep going, and it shows that the American dream is still alive and well.
I would say so. Yeah, this is definitely an entrepreneurial spirit doing this.
Right,
so,
absolutely.
And we're all for that.
I mean, that's what we're doing.
Hey, that's what we're doing. I'm a damn freelancer. I have to be for that. So how did this actually come together? How did you and Sammie come to start doing this?
Well, that is a good question.
That is his story.
Long story, short story.
Do both. I don't care.
Okay, cool. So long story.
I got a beer. I can sit.
Yeah, that's all. Long story because I enjoy talking to people. I love friends. So basically, a few years ago, we ended up getting a 90-gallon saltwater aquarium.
Okay.
Sounds like a little. How'd you get that?
Yeah, I'm curious how this is all going to tie together.
We'll
Now
go
I'm
full
intrigued.
circle.
Now I'm
It
intrigued.
goes together, we promise.
We'll connect the dots. And I just fell in love with checking all the different parameters, the salinities, nitrates, creating your own ecosystem. Like, I absolutely loved it. She saw how passionate I was with that and surprised me a couple years ago for Christmas. She got me a home brewing kit.
Okay.
So with that kit, ended up, making a couple batches of beer, loved it. We went on a trip down south to South Carolina and
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Geography is my worst part. So we went down North Carolina, went to a couple breweries, and we thought, do we want to start a brewery? What would we call it if we did? And we're just rattling things off, and it hit us. We're like, first sip. Because if you like a beer from the first sip,
Right,
you know
yeah.
it instantly.
Yep, right.
So we got back home so excited. We researched and wanted to see if it was possible. And around that time, about 2 years ago, the market was starting to get really saturated here in Pittsburgh. We have close to 47 breweries right around the city of
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, and we didn't want to compete. But we didn't want to use it as an excuse not to follow our dreams. So we thought about it, and instead of working against someone, why don't we create a platform to work with them, turn all that crowded market into a benefit, and help create that community that is today where we can work with each other. So then we thought, man, let's send beer out. This is great. It has to be easy, and it is not. So it took about 6 weeks for the LCB to get back to us, and they didn't even have a clear answer on if we could actually do it. But then they basically said, you have to have a liquor license, you have to own a restaurant, or you have to own a distributor. Basically, all a fancy way of saying you have to have a lot of money if you even want to play in this game.
Right.
So that kind of made us take a step back, and we thought, man, what else could we do? So we pivoted our operating model and thought again, and that's where the idea First Sip Brew Box was really formed to get to where we are today. A lot of people ask us, can you guys send out beer? We can't, and honestly, we don't want to, and here's why. We don't want to worry about how old you have to be to accept this package. We don't want to worry about the 30 different laws that we have as a country on shipping alcohol.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that really hit us, we don't want to take away from Joe's six-pack shop down the street. I'd rather send you your favorite pint glass and have you go in there, support Joe, get some of the beer from there, and fill that glass.
That,
Most
yeah,
importantly,
that. That's
match
a
the glass
yeah.
with your beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that, I really like that. I mean, I think kind of Adam and I and Sam would agree. We've all had that dream of opening a brewery as well.
God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But we've obviously pivoted to something else,
Right.
so we definitely appreciate that story.
Absolutely.
We all kind of had the same thought as you, the market is getting pretty saturated.
Yeah.
What do we have that would be different, that would be able to create a new niche in the market? And opening a brewery was not the way for us to do that. So we fully understand your thought process on that.
And definitely appreciate the fact that you didn't give up and
Right.
you still continued on with your hobby and with what you love, and
Yeah.
now you're here.
We're definitely fighters, and I thank Sammie a lot for that. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I've always had my focus in 7 different areas. Sammie's really helped me narrow that focus and help us get to where we are today.
Yeah, I like what you said about bringing awareness to local businesses rather than taking away from them. You mentioned the fact that you had a box that featured Fury.
Right.
And like they just opened not too long ago, and I know Sam and we had been there, And like that's a really nice place, but it's a little bit out of the way if you're not in the Greensburg area. But it's definitely worth the trip going out there. So I think if you can bring attention to these things, through other means, I think that's a good way to support local business.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. And we're finally getting to the point where when a new brewery opens up, they shoot us an email and say, hey guys, come down here, check us out. Let's see how we can partner with you. Because we make it really easy on the brewery's part. We don't charge them to be featured in the box. A lot of subscription boxes out there, that's what they do. But we want to hold true to what this industry represents, is working together. So we don't charge them at all. We just work together and see what they want to have themed, and we make it happen. And then at our own expense, we get other things to really complement the brewery's branding, to complement the brewery's story.
That's very cool. Very cool. So you mentioned that you guys got into homebrewing, and you already said that you can't ship out beer.
Right.
Have you had any interest in maybe trying to look into the logistics of shipping out like maybe homebrew recipes, or even partial things for like a recipe, like maybe a thing of hops, or anything like that?
We have thought about doing something more brewing specific, but we wanted to get really good at our original pillars first. But that's definitely something that, because a lot of our customers and our clients, that's what they do. They love the homebrew. So that is something that we're looking to do in the future.
Yeah, I mean, even it'd probably be hard to ship like yeast and such. But maybe like a hydrometer with with some branding on it or something.
Absolutely, or some good recipes. Because out there in the industry, you have a lot of clone recipes for some of the big beers. But we can work together with local breweries around here that come up with recipes that you won't be able to find because they don't publish them.
We'd been speaking about that in an earlier episode, like the macro brews that you can find like a lot of Goose Island out there that you can. And they even come in the Pico brew kits and things like that. But it'd be
why?
Nice. Yeah, but why? Like, why not just go buy it? At that point. But I think if you got a recipe from like Southern Tier, or even from Roundabout, or Hop Farm or something like that, just something to try out. I think that'd be kind of cool for people, especially around in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
absolutely. I like that idea.
Or if you lived outside, if you lived in Pittsburgh and moved, and then you can't get it anymore.
You could just make it at home.
Like that fresh cup of porter.
Oh, that's my favorite from Hop Farm. Fresh cup of porter. It is so good. I love coffee beers.
Yeah, I do too.
I see that
big fan.
Cold pressed pumpkin over there. But
you get away. You get away.
Say anything, but,
that was last episode. Sorry you missed it.
Hey man, I have a time machine. We can figure this out.
Well, that's great. I really enjoy hearing the story of this business, and I'm really proud that we have something like this that popped up in Pittsburgh.
Right.
It's very cool. I think part of the saturation that's come about in Pittsburgh is, even though we do get a lot of breweries, we're getting a lot of other side business that supports those breweries. So like you said, that bakery who's making things with the breweries in the area, you're not going to find that anywhere else.
It's just sort of growing the community.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bringing more and more people in and more facets together.
Right.
It's bridging everyone together.
Yep.
And there's one more thing that we talked about in an early episode, and we had them on, but we also are getting like concerts.
Yes.
/ beer fest with Brutal Beer Fest.
Right.
So, and that's where Dennis and I met, and I met Sammie for a little bit, but I more talked to Dennis.
Because I love talking. You weren't getting away.
I more talked to Dennis in my glassy-eyed state.
A lot of good beers.
Yeah. And that's where I met Dennis at. I met him at Brutal Beer Fest. So that kind of brought us together from just that one event.
It's a beautiful thing.
So with that, maybe Dennis, you could tell people what your October box is.
Absolutely. So we actually partnered with Meg Evans, one of the originators of Brutal Beer Fest, to theme a lot of their really cool stuff, because we were really impressed. We've never been to a festival before that put that much time and effort and detail, not only into their branding. I mean, the logo that they have out there on their shirts was just phenomenal. It blew us away.
Yeah.
And just hearing the backstory of how they got started and where they want to take the business and everything, we knew instantly, like, we have to be a part of this. We have to support this any way that we can.
Very cool.
And I'll admit, I feel kind of bad that I didn't go this year, but
you got next year.
You have to go next year.
Yeah.
You have to.
So I do have a reasonable excuse. The big pour was the same day.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it was
there was
one
a
of
lot of
those.
stuff going on that weekend.
It's a busy weekend.
Yeah. If you were sitting at home that weekend, that was your own damn fault.
Yeah,
There was
that's
so
true.
much going on.
You have no excuse.
Very cool. Well, I think maybe we could come back to the high and dry cider jelly from Potlicker. in Vermont. I got all that. I remembered it.
Very good. Very good.
I got that memory game on.
Hit that JM, man. JM. Jelly Master over there.
Well, admittedly, I'm very disappointed in the lack of head and effervescence. I was expecting more.
Okay.
No, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. That's a really interesting flavor. It's not just like getting apple jelly.
Right.
You know, there is like apple jelly out at like Giant Eagle and stuff, and it's
Right.
You can tell that actually some time and effort was put into this, and it's not too sweet. It has that dryness of a cider that is supposed to be a dry cider. Dennis, your thoughts?
No,
Sammie,
I mean,
you guys like it?
right there with
I mean,
you
I love
guys.
it. We bake a lot. Well, I bake a lot.
And
Okay.
I eat
And
a
I
lot,
cook a lot.
so-
So I use the jellies a lot in everything I bake or cook, like pies and cookies,
Nice.
glazes and marinades. Pork chops, chicken, salmon.
All right.
See, I'm not that good at cooking. All I'm thinking is breakfast foods.
Yeah.
There's like
Just put it on your
waffles, toast, pancakes. I'll put it on all that.
Man, it still tastes good.
Awesome. Well,
And I think the second part of this is we got to talk about this Fool's Gold peanut butter Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the consensus here, this is a pretty fantastic beer.
yeah, this is a fantastic beer. Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
We can't really put it on the podium, being it's the only beer, but
Right.
we'll do it for the jellies.
we'll give it an honorable mention.
Yeah,
I thought it paired well with it.
Yeah,
yeah, it really did. Yeah.
Man, it's just gonna be gone. My one hand's holding the other, so keep
No, have at it.
I
Get
know
at it.
we have 3 cases at home, but look how much I'm savoring this.
Definitely first world problems for sure.
Totally.
So with that, we'll take a very short break, and we'll be back with segment 2, and maybe, just maybe, another jelly.
Okie doke.
We'll be back. Welcome back, Hop Nation. We are back for segment 2, and obviously, since you've been listening this far, you know that this week's episode is just a little bit different.
Yes.
Number 1, Sam's not here. Actually, that's not all that
That's
different.
not that different.
That's not that different.
That's not
at
that
all.
different. That's
No.
a 50-50 chance when they tune in.
Although we do have another Sammy here.
We have a replacement Sam.
We do.
Sam 2.0.
Sam 2.0.
The better version.
And honestly, yeah, this version is much more well behaved around the microphone.
She is.
So
She doesn't grab the microphone, doesn't scream into it, so yeah.
gaining points left
I mean,
and right.
if you miss it, I'll start doing that.
No. Yes, we're still here, joined by Dennis and Sammie from the First Sip Brew Box subscription company. And we're going to be trying another jelly.
Yes,
because
we
we're
are.
We're on a peanut butter jelly theme. We're sticking with the Hefeweizen peanut butter Fool's Gold by Rusty Rail, though.
Because I don't know that there's a better one out there.
I don't think there is. But coming up next, we have the Oatmeal StoutPotlicker, and that's a beer jelly from the Vermont Crafted Company.
So here's a dumb question.
Yes.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. Do these jellies actually have any sort of alcohol content in them?
They do not have alcohol content. I mean, they're made with the beer, but through the cooking process, the alcohol itself cooks off.
Okay.
So anyone can have them.
Yes.
Quick short story. At one of our booths at a vendor event that we were doing, a 14-year-old kid comes up to the table, wants to try some. His dad asks us, is there alcohol in it? We say no. He's like, all right, son, you can try some. And he tries it. He said, Dad, it tastes just like beer. The dad agrees. It sure does. They looked at him and said, how do you know that? Stone cold look on the kid's face. He was instantly
Grounded.
hot. I was like, wow, First Sip Brew Box, grounded kids since 2016.
Nice. Yeah, I guess that's a really good question you asked there, Adam, because I didn't think of it at all.
Neither did I. And I'll be perfectly honest, I have no idea how jelly is made.
Well, yeah, that's fine. But I was thinking about there's a winery in the area, Deer Creek,
Yes.
and they make wine-based ice creams and sorbets,
Ah, that's right.
and there is alcohol in those.
I think I've seen the after effects of you.
Yeah, you get a little silly.
That is correct.
But yeah, I didn't think to ask that if there was booze in this or not.
You don't want to find out the hard way.
Or do you?
So I must say, on this jelly, it is much more thick, robust, I think is the right word for it.
Yeah, it's also opaque. like a stout.
That's a 50-cent word there.
Mm-hmm. Using my big vocabs. Yeah, it's opaque like a stout.
Oh man, such a good smell.
It does have actually a stout smell to it. It has a bit of a malty barley to it.
I gotta say, I'm very disappointed again.
How's that?
No head.
Yeah,
No
head.
effervescence.
Yeah, is there a way that they can put like a top layer in the jelly jar that's just like a creamy head jar?
Maybe a limited edition.
Yeah. Put that in the suggestion box. Wow.
Oh yeah, it will take you there.
It's my favorite one.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah, no doubt. That's wow, that's amazing. So admittedly, I do believe I tried to try this one at the Brutal Beer Fest.
What happened?
I was already far too tongue fatigued. I'll say that. I'll say those words. Tongue fatigued.
That's a classy way of putting it. I appreciate that.
There was a lot going on at that festival, and by the time I made it outside to where first sip was, I was a little bit in the bag.
Happens to the best of us.
But yeah, I didn't remember how, like...
It's rich.
Yeah, just rich it is. Again, and it's not very sweet.
Right.
It's a really good jelly, and it's not really sweet, but it has that exact oatmeal stout taste to it.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to figure out what I would pair my breakfast with this.
That would be good on toast. I would say also you could do a little glaze of it, maybe the last few minutes on the grill of some
Pork
chicken
chops.
wings
The
or
oatmeal
pork
stout
chops.
with pork chops.
Put it on there, get that caramel glaze.
Phenomenal.
So good.
Now here's a thought: jelly donuts. Where
Ooh.
you put that in the jelly donut.
Oh.
Okay.
Somebody write that down.
Somebody
good
write that
idea.
down, but somebody who's not listening to the show. You don't steal ideas.
Patent pending.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
Hop Nation USA LLC. Trademark TM stamp. Yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah, Sammy, you just said wings. Like, you do that with some wings. Have you had like the jelly, the candy wings from?
No.
Okay, there's a couple of places that do candy wings.
Well, I haven't had them from any of them.
I'm just saying. There's a couple of places that do candy wings, and they're very sweet, but they usually put in like hot sauce or like red pepper flakes to make it really hot. That would be good. Like, you just make that a little bit spice.
Patent pending.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
That would be very good.
Yeah.
Make sure you call us over when you make this.
Yeah, I'll eat that twice.
Well, I guess we'll just move on for a little bit. We're going to be enjoying this jelly. This is
Yes,
good.
we are.
This is some damn good stuff.
You never thought you'd say that in your life, did you? That's some
I
damn
didn't.
good jelly.
Yeah, I never thought I'd get excited about jelly. I do like
Welcome to adulthood.
right. I'm old now. I get excited about jelly. I listen to NPR and I do my crossword in the morning. But enough about my shitty life. Let's learn about Dennis and Sammie a little bit more. You said you came together to bring this about, so maybe just tell the audience how you guys came together to begin with.
You mean as a business or as a...
No, I mean as you guys know each other. How
Well, we actually met online, which most people do nowadays, really.
Yeah, I
Technology.
think it's like 1 out of 3 people do that now.
Life's just so busy.
Yeah, so the first date, me being the classy gent I am, I made sure we meet at Dave & Buster's, because who doesn't like some food, some beers, and some video games, and and that.
An ass whooping.
Yeah, I did, but I'm not going to admit to it. I take that back. I rescind that. She was 20 minutes late. So
was.
she almost lost the best thing that ever happened to her.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
But she had a good reason.
I did have a good
and I knew
reason.
she was worth waiting around for. So we meet, and I beat her in a bunch of games.
Don't lie.
I beat her in one game.
Was it Fruit Ninja?
No, it was Jeopardy.
No,
I'm okay.
Yeah.
we're not going to argue
says
this.
that But so from there, so kind of how we got started in the craft beer. I know my gateway drug was Leinenkugel, Berry Weiss back in the day. What was yours, Sammy?
Definitely a Leinenkugel as well, but the summer shandy. But we like to travel, so when I finished school, we took a trip to Ireland and fell in love with Guinness, obviously, because it tastes way better over there.
It's so different. It's crazy. It's like
Way
magic.
better.
Keep
And
hearing
then
that.
We came back and we were like, we can't have Guinness in America because it's not the same. But then we just fell in love and we just started drinking more and trying
Yeah,
in a
I
good
guess
way.
You are right about that.
But that's
that
kinda
is
how
where
it
we
started.
kind of really hooked us was when we actually went to Ireland, and there's so many pubs, like literally
Everywhere.
They have cafes and pubs all over the place, supporting
Like
their
every
local
3
beer
feet
industry.
you walk, there was a pub. It was
Nice.
wonderful.
Yeah, it's like all the cafes were open in the morning, all the pubs opened up at noon. So everyone, the same crowd you saw in the cafes,
Had
at
moved
noon,
on.
it was the same crowd you saw in the pubs.
But you could walk around with a glass. As long as it wasn't like glass, it was like a plastic cup. You could
Right.
just walk around with your beer.
yeah,
It was wonderful.
That was the thing. There was no. They gave you to-go cups. I'm like, wait, what?
That sounds like New Orleans.
So all we did was eat and drink beer.
Yeah,
Because the food over there is great.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like
guess
New
it
Orleans.
Yeah.
Damn, Ireland
kinda-
sounds like my Disneyland.
So
no,
when
it
you
was
guys came back, have you been able to find a replacement for the true blue Irish Guinness? Have you found anything close that isn't Guinness, but is it close at
you mean
all?
that's not Guinness?
That's not Guinness.
I mean, don't get me
Have you
wrong.
found
We love craft beer more than
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah,
Right,
no.
like,
I just wanted, he's just asking, did you find anything that America has made
well, the
comparable?
closest
Right.
thing is what? Oh, that America has made.
Yeah.
Right.
That isn't Guinness.
That isn't Guinness, but tastes like Guinness.
Has that nitro kind of
Yeah.
feel to
Yeah,
it.
honestly, they
think
pour
of
it
the
on
name.
nitro over there, so I think that has a lot to do with
Right.
it.
You had that red velvet that you liked, though.
Oh, from Great Divide?
No,
Ballast Point.
Plus Point, yeah.
When
Phenomenal.
we were at the beer fest in Denver last year, we found it.
Mm-hmm.
We loved it. Well, he loved it a little more. But I found one bottle in Pittsburgh, and I bought it.
Yeah.
It's like
99 bottles?
no, actually,
That's where I
Bruce
found mine.
Brothers.
Bruce
Yeah.
Brothers.
Oh, okay.
There was one bottle and it had the coolest artwork on it.
Yeah, I had one down
It was
99
pretty
bottles.
cool.
Yeah. There's one that you might want to give a look at then. I believe it's from Breckenridge. Is that right?
Breckenridge Nitro.
It's
Is
just
it-
called the Dry Irish Stout.
You've had
Right.
it.
Ah, no, I haven't. Not their
yeah.
dry Irish. I had the vanilla. They have a vanilla one.
Yeah, they have a
Oh,
vanilla
okay.
one.
Right.
Yeah.
No, this one's seasonal.
No.
I think it only comes around St. Patrick's Day.
Huh.
But it's just a little bit better than Guinness. I love
Yeah.
Guinness.
Well, a little better than American.
American
I,
Guinness.
I love American Guinness, so yeah. So you'll have to try it and kind of compare, but
Okay.
I like
No,
it
I
just a
would
little
love
bit
to
more
do
than
that.
American
Remember
Guinness.
that one?
Breckenridge Irish Dry.
Okay.
So you guys mentioned kind of your starter beers as the what got you into the craft world, and obviously just your relationship with each other and your love for travel and everything has built upon your love for craft beer. So maybe give us like a top 5 for I don't know if it's a share.
That's a
Top 5 breweries?
Top 5 beers. Top 5
Top 5
beers.
beers. Oh, I almost got super excited.
I mean, you can do breweries if you want.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, I know one of my favorite beers is Stone Brewing Chocovesa. It's made one time a year. It's their take on a Mexican hot chocolate.
That's so good.
You taste the vanilla, nutmeg, and cinnamon up front, and you get the nice burn of the chili peppers
Yeah.
in the back.
That one's really good.
I just bought a case of it, and I'm sad to say I already went through half of it in like 2 weeks, so I have to locate another case before everywhere in Pittsburgh sold out.
I saw some. If you're here now, so you'll hear this before everybody else hears this.
Yeah.
I just saw some at the House of Brews in Robinson at the Robinson Town Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got a good bit of Zocavesa in there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Every
I-
time we find it, we have to buy a case.
Yeah.
It's
Because,
really
I
good.
mean,
Two.
It honestly, it
If
ages
there's 2 cases,
well,
we get
too.
2 cases.
You know,
Oh, man.
so.
Yeah, I haven't had it aged. I haven't bought any bottles of it. I just had I had some at Industry
Oh,
on
on
tap.
tap.
Yeah, and fell in love with it. But
It's
then
so
it was
good.
gone because it was seasonal.
Yep.
So
It's so
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
Yeah, and typically a case would last me all year, but it's been a rough 2 weeks, I guess.
How about you, Sammy?
Oh, so I am a huge sour fan. I like stouts like Dennis does and porters, but I think the first kind of unique sour that comes to mind is actually from Dry Log, right down in Millville.
Okay, yeah.
And we actually just sampled it the other night again, the Goshen, and it's really unique because they use like a lot of natural stuff for their beers, and it's made with caviar and oysters,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's fermented on seaweed,
Oh, holy cow!
and it's
okay.
got like this peaty taste to it.
What is it, like $100 a bottle?
I don't even know if they're making it again.
No, I
Yeah.
think it's,
We bought like 4 bottles, so I can.
Yeah, it was like $10 a bottle, so we were only buying 4.
Yeah.
Did it
I
come
mean, I
with a
think it's-
monocle?
Nah, I bring my own.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a seasoned vet right there.
But I'm definitely a big sour fan. I don't think I've found a sour I didn't like.
I found a lot that I did.
We know.
Also a couple that I did like.
Yeah.
So, is there a unicorn beer out there, or a Moby Dick? I think would be a better way of putting it. Your white whale that you haven't been able to find. You know that it's out there. You know you want to try it, but you haven't found it yet. Is there one that's on your bucket list?
I don't know.
I mean, I know Pliny Elder I haven't personally had. I know it's a big West Coast.
Yeah.
Been looking, trying to get a hold of some of that. Still haven't been able to get any of that. So I would say that's definitely up there for sure. I don't know if you guys have had it.
I have not.
I haven't, but our absent host Sam has.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah. It actually makes sense too, because that's an IPA, and
Right.
Sam's a big Sam's our big IPA guy.
Right.
So.
I mean, we're not big into IPAs, but that's just one of those gems where
Right.
if you can get a hold of it, you get a
Yeah,
hold
that's
of
up there with Bourbon County and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those white whales.
I know there's another. Oh, Shockovesa Chard. I just
heard of
read
that,
about
yeah.
this. It's from what I understand, it's only in taps, and they're doing bomber bottles of it out on the West Coast. I reach out to a couple of my buddies around town that run distributors to see if they can get a hold of it. But it's the Shockovesa aged in a charred bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
And I'm super pumped. I will do anything to get that beer. Almost anything. I'm just
Good
kidding.
caveat.
Anything.
Almost within reason.
What about that Dragon's Milk? We both like Dragon's Milk, but they have that s'mores that came out.
No,
that
you did. You were able to get that.
No, we never had that.
What did I have at
Just regular
The-
Dragon's Milk.
4th of July when you brought it
That
over?
was not the s'mores.
No, the s'mores came out later than 4th of July.
Right.
Huh.
Because
Yeah.
I had the Mexican cake one, and then s'mores came out after that.
It was later in July it
Well,
came
then-
out,
Yeah.
but
Yes, I still want that.
that's one that we've been wanting to sample and we just haven't found it. I don't know if we actually really looked for it either, but
No, everywhere we go, we keep an eye out for
Yeah.
unique beers like
but
that.
we're
Yeah.
big Dragon's Milk. I think our first beer fest together, that was, you know how you start slow and
Right.
you build up.
Yeah.
We built up and then died at the end.
Yeah, that was back before the business where we were
We were
just
like-
customers.
But when you walked right into the beer fest, Dragon's Milk was the first thing on the right, and so we were like, we have to have it, and it's 11%.
It's right there.
and then
Yeah.
you just fall off at
Fall
the
off
end.
at the end.
Especially when I got back in line after that first one.
That was probably the worst beer fest.
In such a good way.
And in a good way, right?
So obviously, you guys are like us. You go to a lot of beer fests. You've probably been to a lot around Pittsburgh. Is there any beer fest that sticks out to you that is kind of like your favorite that you got to go to every year?
Brutal.
Brutal.
That's now our favorite.
That's
It's
now your
absolutely
favorite.
our
Yeah, yeah.
favorite.
Just the culture and how well, everyone there was
We made so many friends.
so nice. Everyone there was so nice. They loved the music, even though it was heavy metal. I like some heavy metal. It was just weird how everyone just got along.
Yeah. To bring up something Meg said when she was here on the show, she said dark shirts and light hearts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, even though, a lot of, big guys tattooed, heavy piercing, it just really shows you never to judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Like, they looked like a pretty badass guy, but they were a bunch of teddy bears wandering around.
Yeah,
and it
pretty
was
much.
great. It was
Especially
awesome.
if you're going to get us all drunk. So
Yeah, that's true.
there's a bunch of free booze around. Like,
Oh, man, so much. And all good breweries. They
Yeah,
all
the
brought,
beer
like, their
selection was
A-game.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even all the
Yeah.
collaborations were like phenomenal.
I
yeah.
did not have one bad collaboration.
no,
I will say that.
Did
Not
you have
one.
Did you have the Alpha by Rock Bottom? That was a coffee.
Yes,
that was
we actually
amazing.
got that one. Or was that
was
the
the
Omega?
Omega.
Never mind, it was the Omega.
Well, they had
Big
both. Yeah,
one.
they had both there. I had both of them, and then I had them mixed together. So
Oh, like a black and tan kind
You know what? Someone else said that was really good.
yeah, that was really
Yeah.
good mixing them together. That was a smart idea. Yeah, that's definitely become one of my favorites now. I also love brewing up a cure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Yeah,
tried
that's
that?
on
No, not yet.
Would definitely recommend.
Recommend.
I mean, we'd like the big pour too, but things happen on the same time. Like that whole weekend was like there was Zoo Brew,
Super
there was
double
Brutal, there
booked,
was
yeah.
the
Yeah.
big pour,
Yep.
there was the
Short
Irish
pour,
Festival.
North Park.
Yeah.
Was that Friday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the same time as the Zoo Brew. I mean, there was like five
there's just
brew
too much-
fests
Yeah,
going on in
an
one
embarrassment of riches.
Yeah.
That's
they
the
don't play
saturation of the
around.
market.
They say Pennsylvania brews and consumes the most beer in the U.S. It's a fact.
Yeah.
I mean, in one weekend that just proves the point.
Right.
I think we went over the stats before on the show. I think we're actually second in
A
brewing.
new one just came out.
New one came out. We're number
Okay.
one.
I just
Awesome.
saw it.
We're number one.
Hey man, no shortage of drinkers. That's
No,
for
no.
sure.
Yeah, we were number one right behind California.
Yeah.
And considering California is huge.
Pennsylvania,
We took
we're
over.
not quitters.
So you guys mentioned that you had a bit of a homebrew history as well. What was kind of your favorite beer that you've brewed to date? How many have you done? Did you start with extracts? Give me some history.
Yeah,
here.
no, all extracts. We don't
All
have
extracts.
the room and the equipment to do grain. So everything that we've done a toasted coconut cream ale. We've actually added banana
To it,
to
yeah.
that.
It's,
as
it's
well.
like a
It
nice
was-
little hint.
Oh.
Yeah, not overpowering. That was really good. We did a
Mango
saison, which is super tasty as well, and a smoked porter with vanilla bean. We actually did the same process that we spoke about earlier. 2 ounces of vodka, put a vanilla bean in it, pulled out the essence, put it in there. But that one's still kind of going.
It's been a while.
18 months.
You guys are bringing the ruckus with these beers. You guys are just, I'm very surprised at the creativity you guys have. This is awesome.
We
love it.
like things that have a whole bunch of flavor and pointing out the flavors. And
Yeah.
I have an engineering background with both the Army and past careers, and I'm very procedural, and I love playing around with things. And that's-
You and Adam would
I'm
get
a-
along together really
Oh,
well.
yeah, I'm definitely a nerd.
Get away from the computer. That's
Yeah.
my computer.
So he's the procedural one. Sammy, are you kind of the wild card that just wants to go and throw things in and see
cut-
what happens? Or
She cut the brakes.
yeah, is that your brew style? I know that's my brew style. So.
no, actually, I'm probably more the calm one, I would think, and the more sensible one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm rational and logical when it comes to numbers, but when it comes to reining me in, I'm like that puppy that
You
saw
have
a
to
butterfly
keep-
come by.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this would be
Although-
great. Let's do this. Let's do this.
I have the more creative side, I think.
Oh, you absolutely do. I'm a two-dimensional image when it comes to that.
I would agree.
It's all you. That's why she handles all of our social media.
I do all the
and everything.
background stuff, so I do all the
Photos.
social media. I put all the boxes together. I come up with a lot of the creative ideas, all the coloring.
That's the way we are with Steve. We let him be the creative one because he is the creative one. So
That makes sense. being
Somebody's got to.
freelance writer and everything.
Yes, if I'm not doing work, then I have to sit around and make dirty photoshops.
Hey, you can make memes. I'm pretty sure someone's full-time job is making memes.
Well,
There's some good ones. There's some good ones out there.
Some great ones out there.
I make memes for us. I don't.
let's get back to this jelly.
Okay.
All right, that was
Okay.
easy.
Okay, let's get back to it, Adam.
This is the oatmeal stout jelly.
Yes.
What are you guys thinking about this one? Steve, I'll start with you.
I'm
Seeing as you are the stout guy.
a big fan of this. This is going on my breakfast for a bit.
Yeah.
Until the jar's gone, and then I have to find it.
Yeah.
If only I knew a way to get some more.
If only you knew some people. Some ways and some means.
But yeah, it's a very rich and full. Like, it definitely feels like a meal. And I'm very interested in what it would be like on just like some warm biscuits.
Ooh.
Yeah.
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 Talk about food porn.
I had KFC for lunch too, so I'm thinking about love their biscuits. Huh?
Specifically? Like putting on KFC biscuits?
Yeah.
That sounds phenomenal.
I know, right?
What are we still sitting here for?
Patent pending.
KFC, don't steal that idea. Listen here, Morgan Foods. You can work with us, but not against us. Adam, thoughts?
Well, I'm going to be a bit obnoxious here.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about mouthfeel a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
It reminds me of a nice smooth apple butter.
Yeah.
It's got that thick richness.
Yeah, it does.
But it definitely is also in that stout territory. Nice oatmeal stout territory. I like it. It's a fine combination. And I'm liking the idea of making a jelly donut with it.
Mm.
I do.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to ever get back in shape.
He's going to be very mad if you guys don't invite him over for food.
That's accurate.
We're going to figure out how to do jelly wings and donuts and everything.
Yup. Ain't nobody walking away from
That's
this
a
one.
food coma.
Do a bake-off or a cook-off with the jellies.
Oh, maybe sponsored by First Sip and Hop Nation USA. And we can get
Yeah.
onto something.
A bake sale.
The first
you say.
annual.
The first annual First Sip Hop Nation USA bake sale.
Just an idea.
Money for something, I don't know what. Better microphones? I don't
These microphones are pretty professional. I like it.
Yeah, right.
But then again, I have no idea what I'm
one
talking about. So.
Say it look great.
That's all I need. I need it to look good.
I was the president of the video club in high school. Like I said, I'm a nerd. So maybe I know a little something.
I mean, you guys obviously have had this jelly before. Any added thoughts to?
I mean, my big thing is it's when you initially think of an oatmeal stout jelly, you kind of, I mean, at least me when I first tried it, I was prepared to be underwhelmed. I'm like, come on, you can't make a stout jelly.
Yeah.
This is silly. And I tried it, and it lived up to everything I hoped that it would. Absolutely. So that was my original thoughts on it. Patent pending.
Can sit all night.
It's the buzzword.
This actually is my favorite jelly.
Yeah.
We've sampled a lot of jellies.
Oh, yeah. They have
This is
a
actually my
more,
favorite
too.
one. I like the stout taste to it. I think it's, I mean, it just adds something. I like to cook. You know that. I've said it already.
Yeah.
So,
So, just out of curiosity, how many different varieties do they have?
well,
Wow, all right.
at one point, I think we had 8 that we.
Different beer jellies, but they just
Beer
became
jellies.
too ridiculous for us to keep
Right.
up. We just couldn't. We're not big enough.
So we kind of rotate flavors.
Oh, okay.
The oatmeal salad is a staple for us. A couple other ones are, but
Yeah, and Steve would love the pineapple habanero.
Oh,
I'd probably be
It's
into that,
legit
yeah.
spicy.
I'd be into that, yeah.
Legitimate.
we
I'd be
didn't
into
think
that.
it would sell well, so we only got like a
Couple
small amount of
cases.
cases, and it was gone in 2 hours.
oh.
That's probably less than 2 hours to be honest.
Oh.
It's fine.
And everyone was like, "Do you have this?" And we're like, "No, I have to save the
Sorry?
jar for myself."
Oh yeah, we had to hide a jar. People asked, "Do you still have this?" I'm like, "Not for you."
Don't look over here.
Nice.
Do not look behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to the jelly behind the baking soda.
So, I believe it is time for us to take a break.
Okay.
So we will take a very, very short break here, Hop Nation, and we'll be back with segment 3. And I don't even know what the hell we're talking about.
Another jelly, though.
Well, we got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not that bunch of screw arounds. We have that much planned out at least. Please stick around, and we'll be back in just a moment. And we are back, Hop Nation. I hope you enjoyed that interlude of whatever it is that Steve is going to put in between the segments. I don't know what it is yet.
It's the same damn song it's always been.
No.
Oh, yeah, well, except for when we did Oktoberfest.
Right.
Oh,
And that was fantastic.
Yeah.
We need to do more of that.
We need to get a new theme song.
We meaning you,
Yeah, me.
because you're the one that's not only behind the board, but behind the editing.
Yeah, I know.
So, hint.
Okay, hint, Hop Nation USA. If you're listening and you have a song that you want featured as our theme song for a bit, I'm willing to put it in.
Kicking that can down the road.
That's
I like it. Your problem now, Hop Nation.
You want the song different? You give me an option.
All right, let's get away from that. It's time to talk jelly.
Still on the jelly jam?
Oh, that was pretty good though.
That was gross. You should feel bad for that.
No, that's one of your jokes, so.
I know. You should feel bad about it.
He's like, I feel bad every time.
I die a little bit inside, just so you know.
Okay. I didn't know.
So, our third jelly. What do we have on tap?
All right, so we got a
Pun
black-
completely intended.
No, I appreciated it. We have a black IPA, also by Potlicker. One thing I want to point out from this guy here, you're gonna get. I don't want to tell. You know what? I'm not gonna tell you guys.
Yeah,
what
don't
you're
tell
gonna
us.
get from it.
Don't tell us.
It's like, I don't want to mess with reality, even though I do
Yeah.
enjoy messing with reality. But let's go on that journey on our own. This is actually one of my favorites. I will say that. So we'll see at the end who's on Team Black IPA or Team High and Dry Cider or Team.
Don't just pass it along, Adam. You have to have some.
Have to.
Damn it.
No,
You
have
don't.
to.
It's like a beer tasting. You can't pass up a beer.
Yeah, you don't get out of the IPAs when we drink them on the show, so you don't get out of the IPA jelly when we have it on.
See, I was kind of hoping I could, but
Good
I'm
consistency.
I will be a team player.
You're gonna drink every dirty IPA.
That's why I was shaking my head at you.
I will do what is best for the show.
This jelly is dank.
I don't think I've ever heard of a jelly referred to as dank.
It's his new
Slightly
favorite
dank.
word.
So is that essentially adulthood for millennials? Jelly that is dank?
Yes. Yes.
We've made it, in case you didn't know.
After-
We have made it.
Get out of the way, Gen X.
You had Nirvana, now we have dank jelly.
First at Brew Box, we take you there. Smells, I guess. The smells are real. Oh,
Yeah, there's definitely hops in this. That's a That's a very interesting thing to smell hops that's not beer.
Sniffed it too close.
So, was there any information as to what type of hops are used in this?
I don't think it tells you the style of beer.
But it is 21st Amendment Brewing.
Yeah.
It is their beer. And the ingredients are super simple. 21st Amendment Brewing beer, water, hops, barley, yeast, cane sugar, citrus, garlic, salt, and black pepper. That is it.
Huh.
So a lot
nice,
of
clean.
the beers that they use are from 21st Amendment, Harpoon, and Magic Hat, which are all up in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, we also have we weren't able to bring it tonight, but we have a heady topper from Alchemist Brewing, which is like they're one of the best rated beers in the country. They actually made a jelly out of it, which is super cool.
Very beery taste.
Yeah. But back to the black IPA.
Shall we?
I already started.
Yeah, I just started too.
It's not too hoppy.
Looks like it's just hoppy enough.
It's got a little more sweet kick to it.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It wasn't a full, complete, punchy in the mouth hop pellet taste,
No.
which is a good thing.
So you know what this actually reminds me of, Adam?
I have no idea, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Well, yeah, I am going to tell you.
Otherwise, we're just going to have dead air.
Well, I was hoping you would remember a little bit, but if you think back to when we did the mead episode.
I remember that quite well. I got a little hammered up.
Okay, yeah. But on that episode, we had a hopped blackberry mead.
Yes.
That is what this is reminding me of. Because it has that sweetness and fruitiness to it. I don't taste much in the way of kind of like what the beer would be, but I'm tasting a lot of the kind of hoppiness.
Right.
So it is reminding me a lot of that black IPA, that hopped mead.
So the one thing I am noticing is the sweetness of the jelly is being outlasted a whole lot by the hoppiness. The hoppiness is
that
sticking
hoppiness is
around
sticking
a
around.
lot more.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't like hoppiness.
No, that's correct.
If that's not your thing. I do like this a lot though. This is very interesting.
Very unique. A lot of folks that try this when they're hanging out with us or at one of our booths, they say, I've never had anything like this. And folks, some people are really nervous about trying it. I tell them, it's unlike anything you ever had before. Unless you've had beer jelly, then it's just like that.
Now, see, this is something I would probably use for like a pork chop recipe.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is something you could use, like, you could add like thyme and rosemary and other kind of, fresh vegetable tastes and, spices to go along with that. I think that would be pretty good with
I
that.
felt like you said earlier you don't cook much.
I sort of do, but I don't.
That
I'm
sounds
not great
great.
at it.
It's just enough.
It's like, I'm not great at it.
But damn it, he's a trier.
That's right. I try my bestest. I'm not a good baker at all. That's what I'm not.
Yeah, that's where she excels. Definitely baking.
So just to be clear about one thing though, all the jellies and hot sauces, all of these can be just bought on their own through your store.
Yes, they could put together a food box, food brew box with different types of food items that are made out of craft beer. So far, we carry brew candy, obviously the craft beer hot sauce, different craft beer jellies.
Boardwalk pretzel treats.
Boardwalk pretzel treats, which is actually super cool because you add your favorite beer to them, kind of like a beer bread, but they are pretzels.
Oh, cool.
So those are super tasty. And all these companies are from all over the country. So we're the only ones you can actually go to and get them all at one time, or else you'll be making 6 different orders, shipping all over the place. Craziness.
So you are the Grand Central Station of beer jellies.
That's it, man. Craft beer inspired life.
I love it. I love it.
Nice platform.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool. I think we're going to move on a little bit, and we're going to play ourselves a little bit of a game. We've done it before. We like to do it for all of our guests. We've done it for ourselves, but it's a little game that we call the Pair Down.
The Pair Down.
And what it is we just like to do a little free-form association, and I'll throw out a subject for you guys, and I just want you to give me a beer that you would pair it with, or a beer that it reminds you of. This is a way to kind of flex your beer muscles and let the audience know.
Oh boy.
Never good on the spot with beer. It always takes me a little bit to.
Yep.
Because there's so many names, over 12,000 different combinations out there in the U.S.
We can edit for time. But I guess first thing I'll just throw to you, Dennis. You mentioned that you spent time in the Army and everything.
Correct.
So is there a beer that would remind you of your time in the Army?
Oh, man.
While you're thinking, were you even drinking craft beer at that time?
No. So, once when I first got in, oh, man, I joined up right when I was still in high school. So right out of high school, obviously I wasn't legally able to have beer, but what I did have was Budweiser Red. And I wondered why every single day I felt, or every day after, I felt terrible. No matter what. I mean, it was the first beer I ever had, but I didn't get on craft beer until years and years after that. I would say, Sam, do you remember that the beer we just had at our tasting that we did, Lucille? It was actually made out of Terrapin.
Yeah.
Lucille. Because that's what I felt like in the Army, The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
After working guard shift all night, it's exactly how I felt, beat down.
I love that beer. That was actually
super tasty.
I think that was my 999th beer.
It was
on Untapped.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. You'll never forget that.
No.
Definitely a solid beer, and then the artwork they put into the bottle was awesome.
Yeah, that was a really cool beer.
That was actually a really good night, because wasn't that the night we celebrated the first episode of the podcast?
It was.
That was release date.
You should have one. Get a hold of one and just keep it here.
I've got a very nice trophy case right over there. We could put one in there.
We could.
I can move some stuff around. We can have a shelf dedicated to that.
Yeah. Smart.
Let's make this happen.
Done and done.
So, Sammy.
Ooh, on the spot.
On to you now.
Man,
Here we go.
I don't like being on the spot.
Now you're in the hot seat. You've already mentioned that you're into cooking and baking. Is there a beer that reminds you of that? Is there a beer that you always like to have by your side when you're cooking and baking? Is there any?
So the first thing I guess that comes to mind, since it is fall and it's my favorite time of year,
Oh no, she's about to get real basic.
I'm gonna be basic. I'm gonna be so basic, but you can't get this beer in Pittsburgh or anywhere in PA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So
Exclusive basicness.
So it's extra basic.
It's extra basic.
So last year we went on a big trip around this time of year, actually. We were in Denver for the Great American Beer Fest.
Okay.
Before then, we stopped in St. Louis to meet up with a partner that we have. And we stopped at Schlafly's. And they, hands down, make the best pumpkin beer. Can't get it in Pennsylvania. And I just drank the last bottle a couple months ago. So
I heard about it all day.
yeah, so I mean, that's one we even tried with the pretzel mixes that we have. I
Yeah.
mean, it is just an all-around phenomenal beer. I mean, but I like anything sweet or sour, I guess.
Awesome. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Schlafly, but I haven't really gotten into any of them.
You gotta be down around St. Louis to even get it.
Oh man, I had I do family-based therapy for my full-time job, and I was at a client's house, and they were putting together this basket for an event they were going to, and there was a Schlafly's coaster in there, and I flipped out on my clients, and I was like, how do you have this? Why is this here? You can't even get this beer here. And meanwhile, they're not allowed to know that like I drink beer or that I like
Right.
beer, and they're like staring at me like, what is wrong with this lady? Like, we're supposed to be the people that need help. And I was like, you can't get this beer in Pennsylvania. Why do you have this koozie or this coaster? So, but I mean, it's a good beer. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good.
It is good. It's consistent. I agree.
You like it. You're not a big pumpkin beer fan.
I'm not so basic.
I think they have.
It's my favorite season. Ooh. Throwing things around.
Yeah, it's alright.
That's fine. The guy that lives here doesn't mind.
So you guys both like to travel, obviously, and as you just mentioned, you went to the Great American Beer Fest last year. Shout out to the 16 Pennsylvania brewers
yeah, holy cow.
who all won medals.
Cleaned up, man.
14 breweries, 16 medals.
Yeah,
There's one thing that I am highly
yeah,
disappointed in.
correct.
Sam's not here,
Yeah.
so I can rub Rivertown in his face.
For fans of the show, we know that Sam is not a big fan of Rivertown, and Adam constantly defends them. Adam has been proven correct because they are a medal winner.
Yes, they are. Can never take that away from them.
Losers don't get medals.
That's right.
Participation medal.
Personally, I'm a big fan that Full Pint won with Night of the Living Stout.
As am I.
I love
As
that
am I.
stout. I love that stout. That's a good one.
I gotta have it again because one I had, I thought it was super carbonated, but could have been the one that I had.
Could have been. Who knows?
Yeah. I gotta have it again. A lot of
But
good stuff.
but back to the both of you and your travels. Is there any beer that sticks out to both of you?
Can I answer?
Go
You
ahead.
good?
So we did a trip to Richmond, Virginia, which has a pretty cool and upcoming beer scene.
Mm-hmm.
And we featured this brewery last October. It's called Strange Ways. and they focus a lot on sours, but they have a mix of everything.
Okay.
And they had this ghost pepper sour.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And it was the sour in the front, but you got the kick of the pepper in the back, and it just went all the way down your throat. Oh my god, it was so good.
I think that's why I liked it, because I'm not a big fan of sours. But it was a sour up front, like Sammy said, but then the ghost pepper killed it, and it was no longer a sour, which was phenomenal to me.
But of all the breweries I've ever been to, that was hands down my favorite brewery.
I agree. Their big mantra and symbol was the Planet of the Apes ape.
Okay.
So they had like a lot of cool figurines. Their
Yeah.
bar was cinematic shots of different iconic movies, Planet of the Apes included, and it was just
awesome.
such a cool feel. They support a lot of local artists.
I mean,
and
just
everything
the staff
right in
there were
so.
super friendly, knowledgeable. I mean, we
Nice.
got an awesome tour of the place, and it was pretty cool. And the
Road
beer
trip?
is
Road trip.
Road trip?
very good.
It's not too far.
They have some good breweries down there. I mean, Stone opened up a satellite out there.
Right.
They have a couple Garden Grove was pretty good. Hardywood, the Vale,
The Vale open?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Vale's down there,
Oh, cool.
down there.
Yeah, I've seen a lot about them.
Isley.
I've been interested.
which makes
Isley was
my
good.
favorite
Oh,
peanut
yeah.
butter porter that I've ever had. The Choosy Mother.
Oh, my
I mean,
goodness.
the roasted nuts on the back end. It was real. It was real. I don't know how they did it.
So we went to Richmond, and then I was like, I need some beach time. So we went to Myrtle Beach for like 5 days, and then we went back to Richmond and picked up more of that beer.
Road trip.
Road trip.
Road trip needs to happen.
Put it on the docket.
6 hours.
Well, I mean, Sam is traveling anyway, so maybe we can just tell him to go there and we'll meet him.
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
And
That's
we can
smart.
say it's a road or a business trip.
Right, right. Market
Yeah.
research, something.
Something, I don't
Save
care.
your receipts. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Uncle Sam don't mind.
Business expense for everything. Okay, so I got one last pair down for you guys. We've been eating the jellies. So is there any beer that you would want to see made into a jelly?
Boy.
Sour.
Sour beer jelly?
Yes.
A sour
They
beer
are,
jelly?
I mean, they make a pumpkin jelly, and they make stuff.
Right. I mean,
make a good
they've honestly
selection.
covered pretty much the
They
whole
have
gamut
Hefeweizens.
of styles.
Yeah, but they don't have a sour.
Probably because it doesn't work. I don't know how it would work. I don't want no sour jelly.
I think you're on the.
I guess you could have a sour jelly. Just leave this out in the sun for a while.
I think you run the risk of like creating a warhead tasting jelly doing that.
Now
That
that's
would
But
be
I would
tasty,
totally-
kinda.
I would totally
Especially
eat that.
around Halloween. Like, I would
ooh, patent pending, patent pending.
Yeah.
pending.
I don't know. I can't get behind it. I'm not a sour fan, so I don't.
I still would try.
Can't knock it until you try it.
Mm-hmm. If I have to drink all
Exactly.
these damn IPAs on this show,
Well, I drink the sours when we have them. I just don't like to drink them.
yeah. So really, this is all Sam's fault.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm good with that.
What it is we have to get more lagers for Sam to drink because he doesn't like those.
He doesn't, which I don't understand how he doesn't like lagers.
I mean,
he's broken.
That is like the foundation of beer itself. I mean, there were
Right.
ales
Yeah.
and lagers. That was
Right.
pretty much.
Everybody on the show has their points that they don't like. I'm sours. He's IPAs.
Gum sours.
Yeah.
I can't.
We're just
They have to be really unique. Honestly,
We
they have
pretty
to be
much
to the
drink
point
the
where they're
same
not
stuff.
really a sour.
right.
And then at that point, everyone else who likes sours hates it. So I like the sours that everyone else hates.
Yeah.
I guess.
We had a smoked sour farmhouse wheat
Fear,
ale.
Fear and Ghost.
Yeah, from Stillwater,
Yeah,
Ooh.
that was actually.
and it
kinda
was very
tasty.
good.
Didn't somebody did a smoked sour?
Yeah.
Come on. Was that Rivertown that did that? At the
Was that
Beers
at
of the
Beers of
Berg?
the Berg?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Rivertown.
I
that did a
really
smoked sour.
enjoyed that.
It actually wasn't bad.
Might have to check that one out.
Yeah. Well, they probably don't have it anymore.
I will find it.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but damn it, it will be found.
We have a unique set of skills.
I don't know they like that call. I will find you. I will find this beer.
How about some halakahiki instead?
Can I assist you in a job on? Well, I think we've learned a good bit about
Yes.
Dennis and Sammie.
Yes.
Very interesting guest, very interesting story, great business. And I think maybe we should just get back to this third jelly and wrap up for the night.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Adam, I'm going to go to you because you are not an IPA fella.
I am not the IPA fella, so that means I'm the best guy to be reviewing this.
Right. What did you think of this black IPA Potlicker?
Well, are you talking about the first 30 seconds or the second 30 seconds?
Give me a play-by-play.
Okay. Play-by-play, I was a little concerned with it.
Mm-hmm.
Tasted it. Enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed there is that hop flavor there, but it plays rather well with the jelly side of things. So there is that sweetness that kind of, I can't say masks it,
Yeah.
but I can kind of concentrate on that rather than the hops. And that's just me. That's the way I'm gonna operate with this thing. So for the first 30 seconds, it was quite enjoyable. But on the second 30 seconds, once the jelly taste kind of went away, the hops was still there. And that hop residue, whenever it lasts for a long time, that always reminds me of chewing on a hop pellet. That's the way it always reminds me of it. It's always there and
Overstayed its welcome, did it?
It overstayed its welcome. So if you are a fan of hops, I think it would be a fantastic jelly. If you are not a fan of hops, be prepared to chew on a new piece every 29 seconds and you'll be fine.
That's good for sales. Perpetual jelly eating.
Perpetual jelly eating. Smart.
So Steve, what were your thoughts on the black IPA?
For me, I really enjoy it because I do like hops, and like I said, it does remind me of that blackberry hop mead.
Right.
This was the sweeter, like the sweetest jelly we had tonight. But interestingly, I don't think I would ever use it on just like toast or anything, or like a breakfast food, because it has that that vegetation taste.
Would you just eat it straight?
Maybe, I don't know, but if I'm
Just sit
having a
down,
bad day. But
Watch Jeopardy, have a jar of jelly?
I'm thinking it more would go good with like a recipe with some meat.
Yeah.
So, with like whether it be wings or just like some pork chops or even salmon, maybe like some fish. I would try it on some fish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
like
see it
it's
going
like it's
with
like a
fish.
glaze. Yeah, so I think it would be really interesting that way. It has a really good flavor though. I enjoy it.
It is certainly not a bad jelly.
Yeah.
To say that would be a lie.
No, yeah, that
You
would
have
be a
to
lie.
eat it every 29 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. They're for you. I can stop myself. But yeah, overall, I think all of these jellies have been good examples of like just craft food making.
Right.
Like it's not craft brewing. It's already been a craft beer.
Right.
But it's craft food making.
It gets reimagined.
Yeah.
Craft beer evolution.
Yeah, and I all of them are really good. Dennis, Sammie, do you guys have anything you'd like to add about the black
That's
IPA?
personally my favorite one.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a big IPA fan at all, but I am a big fan of black IPAs. I think it's sweet. It's still going to give you everything you appreciate with IPAs. I just like the complexity and how unique it is.
Yeah, it's definitely complex,
Yes.
and that's not something you usually get out of jelly.
Yeah, that's true. That's a whole new level.
You see a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in your lunch as a kid, and you just kind of ho hum.
Yeah.
But like we said earlier, we've made it.
Yeah. If mom's making this,
Oh man.
that's what millennial kids are going to go to school with. They're going to
good
go to
gravy.
school with black IPA, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
That's how you know it's a good family.
Yeah.
They're built to last.
Smart.
That's right, dank jelly.
Dank jelly.
Dang jelly.
Dank jelly. Those little jelly masters.
Hey, Jeremy, give me that dang jelly sandwich.
No, it's my sandwich. Get your own sandwich.
Well, at the end of every show, we like to we usually take our beers and put them on a podium, and we kind of just rank them bronze, silver, and gold. We'll just go around the table, and you can give reasonings if you want to, or you don't have to. If you guys would like to start, you can, or we can defer to me or Adam.
No, I'll go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
As I said earlier, gold medal definitely goes to the black IPA for sure. Silver is going to be the Oatmeal Stout, and bronze is the High Dry Cider. I just like more of a punch, more of a complexity in my beer and my foods.
Very cool.
There you go. Succinct.
We need more of that.
Yeah. We ramble a lot.
We do.
Trust me, I'll get there.
For me, my bronze would go for the black IPA, and I have to put this caveat out there: none of these are bad whatsoever. So to say that something is in the bronze position is still saying that it's pretty damn good. So for me, the black IPA goes there. I just explained why. If you can eat it every 29 seconds, great. Once you get past that threshold, things get a little dank. I'll put it that way. In the silver position, the dry cider, I really enjoyed that. That is, I think that would be the most seasonal of the beers. Now is definitely the time of year to be having
Seasonal
that.
of the jellies. We're not talking beer.
That's a JB. Those jelly beers will get you.
That's right.
You sure there's no alcohol, right?
I hope so.
Wait, so wait, you just said it. So sandwiches would be PBJBs.
Wow. Yeah. That's way too many letters.
Whoa. Pimpo jelly
Too much.
These sandos are getting weird. And for me, the oatmeal stout would far and away be in the gold medal position. I 100% love that jelly, which is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, that is a weird thing to say.
But here we are. I absolutely enjoyed it. I would buy that. I would probably buy a couple jars. I'll be perfectly honest.
That's a gift giver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would probably just gift them to me.
Well, you can tease your brothers
Because
with it.
I love me some me.
You gotta give them to someone you love.
That's right.
Right.
So, yeah.
So you already heard me say before that the oatmeal stout is definitely my favorite. So obviously my gold medal goes to the oatmeal stout. I guess my bronze or my silver, we're going in correct order. Silver would go to the black IPA because I like that more beery taste than the cider taste. So the cider would go to the bronze for me.
Right on.
And I would completely agree with what Sammy just said. I would say that cider would be bronze for me. It still is kind of like an apple jelly. It's really good, and it's very different than what you would find in a store-bought apple jelly because it does have that dryness, and it is a little more complex, but it still doesn't have that rich complexity that the other two provide you. The silver I'm going to give to the black IPA. I like it a lot. It seems it's a little complex for me to find like a recipe or a use for it. Like I said, I don't think I would use it in breakfast food items, but I do like it a lot. It's very interesting and something you would break out for even just serving at a party as like an hors d'oeuvre. I just like kind of a
Cheese
here,
and
check this
jelly.
out. Exactly.
Yeah.
But that oatmeal stout, oh boy, that is so rich and full and complex, and I just want to put it on everything.
And you can.
Yeah, and I will. So with that, we will defer to our guests and allow them to give their social media plugs and anything else. If there's any events. They just tried to defer to each other so they didn't have to. I don't think you can do that. Somebody's got to give it out.
That's like perpetual jelly eating.
Yeah.
And when's our next event, Sammy?
So our next event in October would be October 21st at Sorgel's up in Evans City.
Oh, very cool.
They
Okay.
do kind of like a fall shopping. So it's very exclusive on the vendors that they have, and they also have Amish donuts. So that's pretty bomb. So you can actually put the jelly that you purchase on the Amish donut. Just throwing that out there. But that is our next major event coming up here within the next couple weeks.
Very cool.
Absolutely. And some where you guys can find us, we're on the Crate Joy platform, which is a platform for subscription boxes. So if you just Google First Sip Brew Box, I am confident we will pop up. Also check out our Instagram, Facebook, First Sip Brew Box. You're able to get all of our latest partnerships that we're making. Obviously, you also see any cool podcasts that we're doing, that kind of stuff. And you could just shoot me an email, dennis@firstsipbrewbox.com.
And follow breweries in PA because they're running an awesome giveaway with us. So you can have a chance to win our October box.
For free.
For free.
For sachet.
Very cool. And like you said before, a lot of the food products, well, I mean, the jellies that we had tonight and most of the food products you have, as well as candles and things, are all available in your shop just
Absolutely.
to be, bought piecemeal if need be, so you don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. But I say give these guys a shot. This stuff's really good, and you guys are definitely offering some really interesting products. And I think that, again, going back to what we said before about supporting local breweries and local business, you guys are doing a great job with this.
Thank you.
Yep. Appreciate that. Best friend of a small business is another small business.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we understand that, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate you guys coming on.
Yes, thank you very much for being on. This is a good time.
Yeah, it's fun.
This is
you
a good
guys
time.
Fun. I couldn't stop laughing. Probably have to edit off.
We'll definitely be bringing you back for hot sauces.
Yeah, hot sauces are good.
We can do
Yeah.
hot sauces with the pretzel mixes.
Ooh.
Ooh, game on.
See, this is why we should be doing like a. What was my thought earlier? The bake sale thingy.
Oh, the bake sale. Yeah, bake
I
sale.
totally don't remember that.
If you guys want a bake sale, we'll try to make it happen.
We can make that happen.
But for us, if you want to find us on social media, you just have to search Hop Nation USA, and that'll get you Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're all on those. And we just launched a brand new website.
Brandy new.
And you can just type in hopnationusa.com, and you can find all of our episodes on there. And we're going to be putting up new features and reviews for beers that we don't necessarily do on the show.
So does that mean that Sam's only going to be on there once every 3 weeks as well?
Well, actually, I hope Sam's on there more, and he can write about all the beers he drinks on his travel.
Yeah, no kidding.
That would be a.
Poor Sam.
Those are good.
So he can be the travel correspondent.
Yes,
Nice.
that's exactly what it's for.
He can be our Aaron Andrews.
Yeah. And if you want to find new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast every Friday, we're on iTunes, Google Music Play, Stitcher, Podbean. All you just got to do is search for us on there. And if you find us on iTunes, leave us a review. 5 stars is the correct answer for that.
Please and thank you.
And if you want to email us anything, again, it's hopnationusa@gmail.com. If you want to ask us any questions or have us relay any questions to Dennis and Sammie, I don't know why you would, because you can just email them at their email.
But we are happy to assist if need be.
We'll pass it on if we need to.
A little alley-oop of sorts.
Yeah.
In digital form.
I think that's about it for us. You guys have anything else you want to add?
There's a camera over here. There's a camera over here.
We're not doing the Hot Ones Challenge on this show. I can't keep stressing that. You're not Sean Evans, and he's going to sue us.
Make me laugh so fast.
No, it was just great to be here, do something new and different. This was definitely a lot of fun. Definitely do it again. If not, at least hang out and have some beer, with you
And
guys.
some good pork. Just throw that out there.
Yeah, with the jelly.
Hint, hint.
Hinted. But thanks for having us. It was
Oh,
definitely
thank
a
you
good
guys for
time.
coming
Thanks for
on.
coming, yeah.
This was a good time, like I said.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to do it again. Maybe,
sure.
maybe we'll even have Sam next time.
You'll meet our other host.
Honestly,
I
at
mean,
this
if it's in
point,
your 3-week span, though, I mean.
at this point, Sam could be an imaginary friend. As far as I don't even know if he exists. I've seen no proof.
Quick, end the show. He's on to us.
So,
I keep thinking you're talking about me.
finally, thank you guys for joining us, both listeners and future listeners, because I'm speaking into the future somehow.
Yeah, you are.
The future.
Yeah, not future.
So thank you. Tune in next week when we're talking about, I don't know what.
I don't know. It's episode 33, the Rolling Rock episode.
The Rolling Rock episode.
In which we will not review Rolling Rock.
And there will be no glass line tanks.
That's right.
So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.